Brett Acosta for Sports Video Group, coming to you from University of Phoenix Stadium. We are at the College Football Playoff National Championship game with the guys from SportsLabs, Chris Jackson, Ryan Pensy. Guys, thanks a lot for joining us here today, and appreciate you guys for giving us a few minutes. You guys are the designers of CFP Game Day, which is the app that will service the thousands of people that will fill this stadium on Monday. Take us a little bit inside the development process and your relationship with the College Football Playoff. And how you guys have kind of come to this point today?
Sure. So, of course, we're honored to be the official digital partner of the College Football Playoff. And so for this year's playoff, the organization was looking to do something special around the event. And, of course, we're always looking to engage fans in deeper ways beyond the digital experiences that we're putting in the hands of fans to connect to scores and social information and ticketing and all of the typical things that a fan might find. So for this year's playoff, we have leveraged proximity marketing technology at the playoff Fan Central, the playoff Playlist Live, which is located downtown, and of course the stadium here for the game. Okay. So we have a program where we're delivering information to the fans throughout the weekend, simply to help enhance their experience, their navigation of any of the venues. Information at Playoff Playlist Live around when particular talent is on stage, reminders to attend, to visit the shop to buy merchandise for the events. So it's a fun opportunity for the playoff to look for ways to enhance the fans' experience while in Phoenix for the entire weekend. All the events leading up to the game, and then of course the game itself.
Sure. Now, Ryan, when you're talking about in-stadium apps, be it for any sport, location-based technology is a really big factor, beacons throughout stadiums. When you're servicing, not to call this a one-off event, but it essentially is for this stadium, how do you guys kind of work together with the stadium here to kind of implement this technology so that you can best service the fans with those kinds of location-based features?
Yes, we had an opportunity to start working with the semifinal games last week. So that was the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl, and we took a lot of learnings from that and brought those here to the University of Phoenix Stadium for the national championship game. There's been planning sessions that have been going on for months with the CFP and all of their strategic partners. So we've had the opportunity to actually come to this stadium, do walkthroughs, meet with some of the staff of the Arizona Cardinals as we started to kind of coordinate and facilitate our plans. And then as we took some of our learnings from last week and better utilize some of the event messaging that is actually taking place here today as well as this weekend, we feel like it's going to be a great event, and it's a great way to get additional information to those fans.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting that you guys have had the opportunity of, as you mentioned, the Cotton Bowl and the Orange Bowl from last weekend in the semifinals. Any really interesting UX data that you pulled out of that made you rethink anything this year or for this weekend rather, or just any new quirky things that came up maybe that are different about college football fans?
I think we're still gathering the information, and it's too early really to look at any obvious trends in the information. Clearly though, our partners, whether it's the CFP or other universities that we're working with, are anxious to learn more about fan behavior, and not only to understand what fans are doing in and around a venue, but also, like we talked about, to help sort of improve the experience when the fans on campus or in the venue or at the national championship.
So lastly, guys, as we mentioned, there's going to be tens of thousands of people here in this stadium. In what ways can you make the effort to ensure that they even know that this is something that they can put on their phone?
Yeah, so that's a great question. We've been working with CFP and some of their strategic partners to get the message out as much as they could. So we've provided marketing collateral that you may see on the video boards. That was a big push actually at the Cotton Bowl, was trying to get as much of the information out to those fans. Alabama's the only team that potentially may have had their fans who downloaded the app last year who who've made it back this year. So it was a new kind of grassroots effort to get the Clemson and Michigan State fans on board as well coming into this year, as well as Oklahoma. And we've seen our numbers have spiked up here in the last couple of weeks. We feel very good and comfortable about even the number of people who've downloaded the app, but then have taken the steps to engage with their Bluetooth, make sure that it's turned on, make sure that they're receiving their alerts. Everything kind of has to line up perfectly for them to get our messages, but the early numbers that we're starting to see come through are very promising.
That's great. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for taking the time with us today. We really appreciate it, and best of luck with everything on game day. The app is CFP Game Day. You can download it on all your mobile devices, and you can learn more about our coverage of the College Football National Championship game at sportsvideo.org. For Sports Video Group, I'm Brandon Costa.